Greetings, Hempster. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Hemp Aware Radio, where we focus on what's most important. If you have a hemp company and you need help getting more traffic and sales, or if you're wanting to redesign your website, and especially if you want to start getting seen with masterful branding, graphic and web design services, then feel free to reach out to us on hempaware.com. Schedule your call today so we can help you make your hemp visions and dreams come to fruition. Tyler Hemp here, your hemp-entrepreneurial host, here to empower and hemp-educate your hemposphere. Why? Because it's important to provide the people of this planet with food, shelter, clothing, energy, healing, plastics, paper, fuel, and so much more. So to get right into the meat of today's show and help you succeed in selling more of your hemp products, let's discuss these 3 marketing tips that any hemp company can benefit from. The first one is to build your email list and email them. The second one is to realize the power of a sales funnel by actually creating one or many if you choose. And the third is to keep making valuable content however you can. So this first tip, build your email list and email them, is no doubt something you've heard before. To build that list. The fortune is in the list. But it literally is the bread and butter of almost all successful online businesses. It's not just enough to have a list or to build your list, but you need to actually email them stuff, like specific stuff, like offers and educational material that they will appreciate and get value from. There's a lot of things you can do to get the most out of your list, but we cover that in another episode. For now, you just need to think about all the different ways you can get people to sign up to your list and then start emailing them on a regular basis. So, what are a few ways to get people on your email list? One of the surefire ways to encourage your visitors to get on your email list is by offering something for free. That could be a discount code, a coupon, a free ebook, or a video series, maybe a checklist, white paper, or a cheat sheet of sorts, or pretty much anything that is very easy to consume, solves a specific problem, and provides actual benefit or value to the person that's consuming it or signing up for whatever that free thing is. If you don't have a pop-up on your site, get one right away. And if you need help with that sort of thing, just visit hempaware.com and schedule your free call with us so we can help you integrate your free pop-up or lead magnet on your website. A pop-up window can be annoying, but one of the best ways to get people's email is by having what's called an exit intent pop-up. And this is where when someone's leaving your website, a little pop-up comes up because they're about to leave the website anyway. So this is your chance to actually get their email, get their contact info so you can follow up with them in the future. Because if they leave the site after visiting it for the first time, they may not remember who you are. So that's how powerful a pop-up window is to get that information of a lead of someone that you may have never been able to contact if you didn't get their email. So now that you have some ideas on how to build your list, you can start emailing them. And the first thing I would do is create what's referred to as an automated email sequence in whatever email marketing provider or platform that you use, such as MailChimp, Klaviyo, Constant Contact, or whatever you might be using, and write out at least 1 week's worth of emails that will get out automatically once they've signed up for your email list. So even 1 week is a good start. But if you can do 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or literally for the rest of the year, an entire year's worth of content, the more content you can create in that automated sequence, the more likely that you're able to be in front of the customer when they're ready to purchase. So you could be adding in content to your email sequence, like introducing them to your brand values, to your company mission. And then you can start sharing, the amazing benefits of your products or services, and then how other people might be using your products or services. And then, of course, the typical sale or discount or different things that you can add in emails can be scheduled out in that automatic sequence. And if you need help creating those emails or setting up the automations, we'd love to help you with that as well. So just go to hempaware.com to schedule in your free call, and we can talk about how we can help you integrate those email sequences and even the pop-up if you need it. And so a second essential tip to help grow your hemp company is the power of a sales funnel. Now, you might already have something like a sales page or a product page that helps educate your customers and give them an opportunity to buy from you. But what about those that aren't ready to buy? How can you be at the top of their mind when they are ready to make a purchase? Depending on the type of product you sell, there may be a big educational curve before they're ready to make that buying decision. So understanding the different stages of a sales funnel will help you create the right marketing content to carry them seamlessly down the customer journey to ultimately become a happy customer and eventually a raving fan that shares their experience with many others down the line. So the big takeaways I want to share with you as it relates to a sales funnel are 3 acronyms to describe each stage. That's TOFU, MOFU, and BOFU, which stands for top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of the funnel. This goes right back to the idea that not everyone who comes to your site or visits your booth at an event or comes into your physical store is actually ready to make a purchase. But if they know who you are and they get value from you in advance, and if you can be in front of them when they are in fact ready to buy, then you've got a winning formula for making way more sales and creating happier repeat customers. So let's break down each step of the sales funnel. What are some of the TOFU or top of funnel strategies or actions that you can take today to start building this part of your funnel? For one, it's important to know that when someone discovers your product or brand for the first time, if you don't have a way to explain what problem you solve and for whom, you will likely lose them. Or you might be talking to an unqualified prospect or someone that's not even interested in your product and therefore wasting both of your time. So what this means is you need to create a one-line sentence, otherwise known as a one-liner, that describes who you are, what problem you solve, who you solve that problem for, and how you solve that problem with the product or service that you provide. And keep in mind, this needs to be as brief and punchy as possible. So for example, at HempAware, our one-liner is, hemp entrepreneurs and companies are challenged with too many distractions. At HempAware, we provide strategic marketing and brand design so they can transform the world with their hemp products or services and experience the growth, success, and fulfillment they deserve. So who are we? HempAware. What problem do we solve? Too many distractions and limited knowledge for hemp companies and entrepreneurs with their marketing. And who we solve the problem for? Obviously, hemp entrepreneurs and hemp companies. How do we solve that problem? Through strategic marketing, brand design, and brand strategy. So create your one-liner today and put it right on the homepage of your website. Memorize it. Everyone on your team should really memorize it so that if you're in front of someone at an event or maybe in an elevator, as they call it, an elevator pitch, you can fluently repeat it to them and really identify if this person has a need and if you can help them solve it. If not, you can go on with your day and not waste anyone's time. You can even put it in your business card or in the email signature of every email that goes out. The second tip for working on the top of funnel strategy is coming up with a content marketing plan to be making valuable content on a regular basis that helps your prospects answer questions they might have about your product or about the problem that they have and need help solving it. Creating new blog content, social media, or YouTube content is key to your top of funnel strategy. For the middle of the funnel, this is when someone is already aware of your company or product, but they're still in the research phase and need more information before moving forward. This is where valuable content like comparison charts or how-to product videos and ways that the product can be used are very helpful. A few other great things to build out in the middle of the funnel are things like case studies, how-to type of content like I mentioned, creating ebooks, free PDF checklists, or other simple free things that your visitors will find valuable as it relates to your product or service. And then the final stage of the sales funnel is BOFU, which is the bottom of the funnel. This is when someone is on the fence and just needs a little bit more information before making a buying decision. This is where content like FAQs, testimonials, pricing, and comparison come into the picture. Also showing comparisons with other types of products and how or why your product is superior is a great way to help someone to step over the edge and dive into an awesome experience with your brand or products. When it comes to the bottom of the funnel content, just remember it needs to answer some of the big objections as to why someone might not buy from you. If you can overcome those objections they might have in their head, it will help be a little easier for them to justify the purchase and make a move forward with the sale. And the final hemp marketing tip I have for you today is all about creating consistent, steady content for your company. Not only is this good for your consumer experience, but it's a really solid way to increase your search engine optimization rankings and get found online. When it comes to the bottom of the funnel content, just remember it needs to answer some of the big objections as to why someone might not buy from you. And if you can overcome those objections they might have in their head, it will be a lot easier for them to justify the purchase and move forward with the sale. And the final hemp marketing tip I have for you today is all about creating consistent, steady content for your company. Not only is this really good for your customer experience, but it's a really solid way to increase your search engine optimization and get better rankings in the search results pages so that you can get found online. There are many types of content, so it's important to really understand who your target market is, where they hang out, and what sort of content they consume so that you can be sure to show up in front of them when they need you. The other crucial thing to remember when it comes to creating consistent, steady content is thinking of your sales funnel and where you might be lacking. In other words, you can do an audit on your website content and see where you might not have enough content. Is it tofu, mofu, or bofu? Where are you lacking? For example, maybe you discover that you have tons of pages describing the cost of your product or how to purchase the product, but maybe you don't have any content on what the problem that your product solves and who it's for. So you might add a few blog posts to your site that help the top of funnel visitors. The most important key for any stage of your funnel is this secret phrase: call to action. It's absolutely vital that no matter what type of content you're creating, that you always have a call to action to carry the prospect to the next stage of the buying process. Otherwise, you could lose them forever. The key is not to try and sell your product to every person on earth, but to find the ideal customers that will be happy working with you and excited to share your products with others. You can save a lot of time and money the more clear you are about who your product is for, what problems it solves, and who it's not for, and what problems it may not solve, so that you attract those ideal customers and that will keep them coming back for more and to inspire them to share their experience with others. Lastly, on this point of creating new valuable content for your audience, here are some of the most effective and helpful types of content that you can create. Number 1, blog posts. This can be a list post, it can be an educational post about maybe an industry update, and you can also create posts on other people's websites as like a guest blogger or a guest post. This can help drive traffic to your site as well. You can create YouTube content, different educational videos. You can do infographics, podcasts like this one. And you can also create printed materials, whether it's brochures, flyers, catalogs, or posters and things of that nature that help with education. So get out there and start creating something amazing to move your hemp company forward. And as I mentioned, if you need help with any of this hemp marketing stuff, we would love to chat with you about how we can help you accelerate your leads, sales, and growth with strategic marketing and branding for hemp companies at hempaware.com. So to summarize the 3 essential marketing tips today for you to accelerate the growth, leads, and sales with your hemp company, remember this. Number 1, build your email list. And remember, you need to email them on a regular basis. More emails equals more money. Quality does matter, so you don't want to just send out random emails for no reason, but really give them a reason to open that email, and try to keep the emails as brief and punchy as possible. Number 2, always be optimizing and building out your sales funnel using the tools and free resources that will help get people to move down that customer value journey. Number 3, develop your content marketing strategy, keeping the tofu, mofu, and bofu at top of your mind whenever you're creating a new piece of content, so that you can make sure the content you're creating is well-rounded and does help drive the traffic down that sales funnel and ultimately into a successful experience with your brand. Thanks so much for tuning in to today's Hemp episode. This is your hemp entrepreneurial host, Tyler Hemp, here to empower your hemposphere. We can't wait to help bring you to the next level with your hemp company and drive the traffic and sales that you deserve. We're really on a mission to transform this planet with hemp, and we love working with hemp companies like yours. So reach out to us today on hempaware.com and let's make it hempin'.